Imagine giving birth and almost bleeding to death with no one to help. I screamed for help, but no one came. I was alone. My IVs were removed, no monitors on me, and I was bleeding out. By the time someone finally showed up, I had lost more than half my blood. My husband returned just in time to witness the chaos as over 10 nurses rushed in to save my life. This is Monsieur Villarreal's horrifying experience at Riverside Community Hospital. Want to know how things got so bad? Stay tuned to hear the full story that left her traumatized, unable to sleep, and scared to ever have more children.
I give this 2 stars because some of the obstetricians were great, but some have no business working there. Same goes for the nurses. First, I'm absolutely traumatized by my experience and have decided never to have another baby after nearly dying in their care. I gave birth and was left with no monitoring, no vital readers on my body, and they had removed my IVs. I started bleeding out and nearly died. I screamed for help since my husband was in the NICU with our baby. I couldn't read the number on the board, so I pressed the button for the front desk several times and screamed for help. By the time someone came in, I could barely say, "I'm bleeding badly, I need help." The front desk nurse couldn't see me well but saw the top of my upper body from the door, and luckily went to find my nurse. My nurse came in 3 to 4 minutes later and found me pale, with blood all over the floor. I had lost more than half my blood. She called the doctor, who had just come on shift after 7 a.m. When he stepped in and saw me bleeding out, I heard him say, "Oh my God." He pushed down on my stomach, and I felt a blood clot the size of a baby gush out of me. He kept pushing down on my swollen, painful stomach muscles to expel what was left from the hemorrhage. Over 10 nurses rushed in, and by then, my husband was back. He saw nurses re-pricking me for multiple IVs since they had removed them after birth, others cleaning up the blood to weigh how much I lost, and nurses from the last shift getting yelled at for leaving me like that. The doctor stayed back, carefully watching and instructing the nurses on how to stop the bleeding. He eventually stopped it using a balloon device. I was barely able to lift my head, and my husband was in tears, knowing I had been left unattended and nearly died if that front desk nurse hadn't come. He saw all the blood and witnessed the negligence from the last shift. This experience has left me traumatized, with trouble sleeping, extreme anxiety, and fear of going to sleep, knowing I should have died. I don't want any more kids, and it makes me sad that this traumatic experience has made me too scared to have more children.
As you can see, this story is one of many alarming experiences that happen far too often in hospitals across the country. No one should ever feel unsafe or neglected in a place meant to provide care and comfort. If this story resonated with you, or you've had a similar experience, we'd love to hear your thoughts and comments below. Sharing your story can make a difference.